One more.
Wow, Jack. You're working very hard with those deadlifts.
Yeah, mate, a big, heavy set of deadlifts and I feel great.
Why are you going to so much effort?
Well, Matt, I'm doing heavy resistance training because I know there are so many benefits.
Such as?
Well, the two that come to mind for me are strength and improvement of bone mineral density. And I know this is really important for our clients 55 plus.
Okay, well, I know that strength is the ability to produce force.
Yes.
Why is that so important to you and your clients?
Well, if you can produce more and more force over time through lifting heavier and heavier weights very progressively, you can get stronger, making all of your daily tasks easier. So let's just take lifting things off the ground, for example. You might be at the shops, maybe you've just loaded all of those dog food tins into the bags.
Yeah, for a big dog.
Yes, maybe a Great Dane or something. Then you go to pick it up. It's going to get easier and easier to carry it and pick up those bags the stronger you get. And that's really important. But as well, mate, I would say it's just great being a little bit more confident in all of your daily tasks when you're a bit stronger.
Yeah, knowing that your body can handle all those things. And strength is also really important for your later years.
Yeah.
We know that once you reach about 50 years of age, your strength and muscle mass starts to decline. And heavy resistance training is one of the best ways to mitigate that decline and keep you healthy and strong into your later life.
That's right.
Now, the other benefit you mentioned, Jack, was bone mineral density.
Yes, indeed. It's important to have strong bones, especially as we get older, because we want to avoid things like osteoporosis. We also want to build bone density if we do have osteoporosis and avoid things like fractures, because if we do fall and have a fracture, it can end up in a bad way.
Now, I think a pretty big concern for a lot of people, seeing you do those deadlifts there, regardless of whether they have bone density issues or not, but they may be a little concerned about their safety lifting heavy weights. So what would you say to those people?
The old safety question, mate. It is very safe to lift heavy weights as long as you've built up progressively over time. And in fact, through the evidence, we know that this is possible to do this, even if you do have osteoporosis, we've seen through the research. So once again, if you've built up slowly and progressively over time, you should be in a safe place.
Yeah, and you can reap all those health benefits. Now, I guess all this discussion, Jack, it begs the question, what is heavy resistance training? How would we define it?
Well, heavy is going to mean different things to different people, but in general, we would say if you're lifting between 5 and 10 repetitions around that kind of range, and you're challenging yourself so you only feel like you have 2 to 3 reps left in the tank, that we would class as heavy, but you have to make sure it is challenging for you.
Yeah, so that's the key thing, I think. Challenging yourself with your resistance training, just like we set out in, well, not that we set out, but that the government's set out in the minimum physical activity guidelines of 2 resistance training sessions each week. Okay, Jack, there's I think a pretty compelling case for doing heavy resistance training. I'm going to leave you to finish off your workout of deadlifts. Make sure you include some sort of heavy resistance training in your exercise routine, and we will see you later.